Hello, everyone. I'm Sign1News anchor Martha Anger. Here's a quick look at the top trending stories making headlines today. If you post an interesting comment about this update, we may add it at the bottom of the screen. The U.S. is experiencing a triple threat of viruses. Health officials say cases of COVID-19, the flu, and RSV are being seen at high levels throughout a majority of the country. And yes, you can get more than one of these viruses at the same time. Some hospitals are taking extreme measures to make sure they have enough room. Overflow healthcare workers are struggling to keep up as hospitals fill with sick patients battling COVID, RSV, and the flu. The situation is so overwhelming at UC San Diego Health, they've had to create space using tents and parking lots to triage patients. Mask mandates have not returned yet, but virus spikes in New York and Seattle have led to health department recommendations to mask up indoors and in crowds. Chaos erupted during a Los Angeles City Council meeting on Tuesday. Shouts from the audience prompted delays, and several people were kicked out of the meeting. They were chanting, "Arrest KDL," and KDL is anti-black. We don't want you coming back. That's in reference to council member Kevin DeLeon, who has continued to dismiss calls for his resignation. Demands for DeLeon to resign started in October, when racist remarks he made on tape went viral. Then a few days ago, a video surfaced showing DeLeon in a physical altercation with an activist. DeLeon has said he was acting in self-defense. According to the Los Angeles County coroner, Stephen Twitch Boss, a dancer and longtime DJ for the Ellen DeGeneres Show, has died. His wife, Allison Holker Boss, issued a statement to People magazine, calling Twitch, quote, the best husband and father and an inspiration to his fans. Boss was born in Montgomery, Alabama, earning his lifelong nickname during his childhood because he couldn't sit still. He appeared on TV competitions like the Wade Robson Project and Star Search, where he ended as a semifinalist on both shows. Boss started working on DeGeneres' daytime talk program in 2014, staying until the show went off the air earlier this year. Boss was 40 years old. The FBI has released hate crime statistics for the past year, and according to the new statistics, nearly 9,000 people were victims of an alleged hate crime in 2021. However, that number is likely much higher in reality because 35% of law enforcement agencies failed to report the crime. Last year was the first time hate crimes were reported entirely through the federal National Incident-Based Reporting System. And the FBI said the number of law enforcement agencies reporting hate crimes data has decreased dramatically since the transition. According to the FBI, of the hate crimes reported in 2021, a majority were perpetrated against individuals because of their race or ethnicity. 15% were targeted over the offender's sexual orientation bias, and 13% because of religious bias. This story should be no surprise. The docuseries Harry and Meghan raked in more than 81 million hours watched in its first week. Netflix says it is the most watched documentary debut in the company's history. The series is in the top 10 TV list in 85 countries and ranked in the number 1 spot in the United Kingdom. Part 2 of Harry and Meghan will be released on Netflix Thursday. It includes 3 episodes focusing on the couple's decision to leave the royal family. Buckingham Palace said it would not be commenting on the series. The U.S. Postal Service is honoring the late civil rights activist and Congressman John Lewis. The Forever stamp will show Lewis in 2013 from a Time magazine photograph. The Georgia Democrat was a keynote speaker at the historic 1963 March on Washington. Lewis dedicated his life to activism, spending more than 3 decades of his life fighting for civil rights. Lewis died in 2020 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. The late Ruth Bader Ginsburg will also be honored on a USPS postage stamp in 2023. Miles Morales is swinging back into the Spiderverse. The trailer for SpiderMan Across the Spiderverse dropped Tuesday. Actor Shameik Moore is back as Morales. So is Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen, and Jake Johnson as Peter Parker. This installment also adds characters voiced by Daniel Kaluuya, Rachel Dratch, Brian Tyree Henry, Issa Rae, and Oscar Isaac. The original film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was released in 2018. It earned an Oscar for Best Animated Feature and introduced audiences to the multiverse. A third movie is already planned for 2024. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is set to hit theaters on June 2nd, 2023. On Tuesday, we showed you the video of the little girl overwhelmed with joy after spotting her family in the audience of her dance recital. The video has gone viral. Millions of viewers have seen it worldwide. Here's what Beverly Charlton, one of our YouTube viewers, posted about the video. She said, "Oh yeah, beautiful to see little girl recognize her family and waving with little tears. Wow." Sign1News will be broadcasting updates Monday through Friday. A big thank you to our Sign1News app supporters. You help make this broadcast happen. You can download the Sign1News app by heading to the App Store or Google Play Store on your smartphone, and you can also watch on Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku.